Took that thing off. Good morning.
Good morning. Yay.
How are
Wow.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
I always feel good after I make it to the gym in the morning, even though I don't want to get out of bed and do it. I always
Yeah.
feel
You're amazing. I wouldn't do
good.
it. I'd be like, no, not happening.
Oh, I want to sometimes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
And actually,
I
it
understand.
happens.
Yep. That's awesome.
Oh, I don't want to get up.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't ever want to get up in the morning. I sort of just really moving through things slowly, especially if I've had a real busy evening, and
Yeah,
then I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for this, but it's
right.
okay. It's good. It's good. It's a good morning. It's going to be a beautiful day today. It looks like the sun's coming out. It's beautiful. It's lovely. So
Yeah.
I think it's
So
good.
just want to say good morning, everybody. Hi, this is Shannon and Dreama
Yes.
from iEvolveTV and
Yeah.
Destiny Word
Yes.
and Soma Fusion Media.
Yes. We're here. We made it. Another week.
Another week we made it through.
We made it through
Oh,
another week. Yes. Of beautiful things.
yes.
Yeah.
So this week, we thought that it would be cool just to make it kind of just an open format and see where,
Where it leads us.
yeah. So for those of you that are watching or will come, and start to view, we're going to take questions, comments as they come. Might even like last week, we had somebody call in. That's a possibility too.
Yep.
So let us know what you want to hear about, and
And
or
we'll talk about it.
message that Dreama needs to go retrieve for you, and we'll do it.
Yeah. Sounds like a good thing. It's going to be good. Whatever
Yeah,
happens today, it's all, I believe everything is so absolutely divine. So, everything it just happens as it's supposed to. So I never worry about anything anymore. I used to get all stressed out about stuff and then not anymore. It's not worth it, to put
right,
yourself through that and drag yourself through all this energetic BS. It's no BS. Friday.
right.
So don't do that. Don't drag yourself through stuff. It's not worth it to just move through it and allow it to just flow. And
Yeah.
that's the best. Flow with it.
So wait, how one of my friends is watching. Good morning,
Hey,
Jeremy.
good morning, Jeremy. Yay, that's nice.
I know we're kind of like we haven't done this before, so we're like,
Now we're like, what are we doing?
hmm.
That's okay. We're doing it. Whatever it is, we're doing it. And you watch us do it here. I don't know.
You know what? We could talk about maybe your process and when you see clients, how that works.
Yeah, we could talk about that. For me, I think every person is different and unique, and I think it's you evolve, don't you? I love that, and that's the name of your thing, evolve, because that
Yep.
is was so evolving is what we do all through our life. But I know that my process and the way I do things has very much evolved.
Hmm.
Um, uh, where I can go back 5 years ago and I would wait till my client, like I'd be like, they just got there, or we just connected on the phone or via Skype or whatever. I'd wait and then I would channel into, which means to me, channeling, tuning in. I open myself up for messages from the divine or from the spirit or from the other loved ones or whatever. I can just sort of connect to anything, honestly. Um, so I would wait and do it right then when the person got there. And I have notes from those sessions too, from way back then, from years ago. And I was like, wow, and now I don't do it like that anymore. Now I start an hour ahead of time and I do a pre meditation and connection. And so
Hmm.
then I channel and write everything down for that person. And then I give them, when they arrive, we go through the notes and through the messages. And then I say, tell me what I just told you, because that I don't understand what I just wrote. I don't understand anything I just said to you, but you know what I'm talking about. And every time they're usually sitting there going, oh yeah, I can, So it's really cool. And then it validates for them. And then we go through and do the work that the spirit has for us to do, which is either releasing things, um, clearing energy, clearing the energy centers, bringing new alignment and to the energy centers. Sometimes people are off. Their
Mhm.
energy centers will be whether their heart center is way too open and everything else is just shut down. I've seen that. I've seen people, their crown energy and third eye was way open and everything else was way shut down. So that's what it's all about. Just yeah, so that's sort of how I do my process now. Then we do the work, and then I give them some homework, and they go home, take their homework, and if they're still at home because we're doing this live, then I still give them homework. I say, okay, now I want you to take these releases that we did, and that's usually the releases are to help you clear all things out of the way so that you can come into your best homeostasis and health. Because as you hold on to things that have happened to you in your journey, that's where you come into dis-ease and you come into sickness and you come into, I've got nervous issues, I've got rashes, I've got lumps
Mhm.
and bumps, I've got things I don't understand in my body. Well, you're holding on. I've got autoimmune disease. That means my energetic body is all messed up. That's what that means. When you tell me I've got autoimmune problems, okay? Because that's a term used when they don't know what to tell you. Okay, there's nothing we can tell you. You're all effed up. So what we'll tell you is you have an autoimmune problem. You have a what is that? What is that? What your lymphatic? You have a lymphatic problem. Because
Mhm.
and that's plugged energy. Everything
But
is
I think they're diagnosing symptoms, right? A lot of times, and
yeah,
not like the root cause.
exactly. Well, that's modern. Uh, that's the modern medicine. That
Mhm.
we live with now is we go in and we are like a machine. We just need to change your oil. We need to give you an overhaul. We need to put in some new add some more liquid, add some of this, and you're going to be fine. And it's never gets to the core root of why do I have stomach ulcers? You know, when that really means is I can't digest my life.
Mhm.
And you get to that root and you say, okay, so I want you to go in and start speaking to your center and start saying, I can digest my life freely. I can digest my life. And then we'll go in there energetically and remove those energies and what's really the root of what's causing the digestive problem, which usually is fear, anger, resentment, pain. I was abused. I was robbed as a child, or as an adult. I mean, there's just so many things that we pack on and we carry
Mhm.
in our field. So we remove
Mhm.
those things, and bam, the light comes on, and things start happening, and your body starts healing, and that's what
Mhm.
I'm totally about, healing all parts of the body. Sometimes people just want to know, am I going to get the job? you know, do I need to change jobs? Do I need to get a new mate? You know, and so we can, I can connect to that and say, whatever spirit gives me, I can just, hey, I'm feeling this. And usually, a lot of times when people ask me, so do I need to get a divorce or whatever, something like that? I'll never tell somebody to do that. No way. You can't get me to do that. um, um, so I would be more like, well, what I'm going to do is ask the divine what you need the most with this situation, and usually it's an imbalance in your connection with that person. Maybe they aren't the right person for you. A lot of people, I've seen so many people that came to me and said, I married this person and I'm miserable, and then the spirit will be like, well, they were supposed to be friends. They weren't supposed to be married. They were just to be good friends. And then they married their friend thinking it was going to work, and it doesn't work. Um, so it can just sort of throw everything off. It's got to be more than just a friend relationship, because friends are great, but when you live with them forever, it might not be the way it's supposed to be. So, you know, but anyway, so that's sort of my process that I go through with everybody.
Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. It's totally different than it used to be. That's why I talk about evolving. It's totally evolved. It's been into this new thing. And every time it's even evolving more because I know that I learned more different modalities when I got into tapping and I got into um, crystal and, using crystals, using powerful,
Stone
um,
healing.
yeah, I do.
Sure.
Yeah, fine tuning, tuning forks, energy healing. I got into all kinds of different modalities. I even I asked spirit, oh, acupressure, anything. I'm like, okay, spirit, you're gonna, channel me, use me and just channel through me what you would have me give this person, what's going to heal them the best, and whether it brings a release for even connecting with an energy like a grandmother. I got to connect with
Right.
my grandmother and bringing that that closure that's needed because grandmother left and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. you know so that's a huge thing, and that right there is a personal pain that will affect the body, and eventually the body will respond because our bodies respond to the energy that's around us, in us, through us, whatever. It's like we're like a pickle. You put that pickle in that juice and it turns into a pickle. It doesn't start like a pickle.
Cucumber into the
Yeah, that's
brine.
it. Yeah, sorry, my brain works like that. But anyway, it fires
Put that
weird.
pickle in that pickle juice.
Yeah, you put that cucumber in that juice, right? It pickles it. And that's what happens to us as we get in those situations. Environment is very powerful. I believe that. When you put somebody in an environment and they're gonna respond. Their body, their everything is gonna respond. And so that is a very powerful thing. Um, but anyway, so that's cool. That's
Yeah. Um, so I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday
hmm
that you've seen in healing sessions, and I talked about the light body,
yes.
and this person was like, "Oh, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and then I'm thinking, how? So she asked, "How do I like? What is that like?" And I had such a hard time. I had such a hard time like describing it.
hmm
Even though like I mean I know, right? And I ended up sending her a link, and I thought maybe we could talk about it because it was a
Yeah.
pretty cool
Okay.
article. But
Okay.
let me find it.
Okay.
Maybe
Cool.
I sent it to her on text, or maybe I'll just have to look for it again.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll just have to look for it again.
Mm. Mm.
I think this is the one. I'll share the screen. One second.
Yeah.
Flying by the seat of our pants today.
Yep, that's okay. Sometimes you need to do that.
Yeah, no kidding.
It gives you spontaneity and flexibility. Okay, cool. The
Yep,
light
yep.
body. Yep, I see it. The light body.
And then this morning, the reason it just popped back in my head because before we went on, I was listening to my Leak Project. I don't know if you've ever seen that podcast or that broadcast.
Yes.
And he was Rex is the host, and he was interviewing this woman that does remote viewing. And
Okay.
so some of these terms are different, but
Okay.
so she talked a lot about remote viewing. She's actually sending her consciousness um, in some kind of form, like to interact with in a different location. Um,
Okay.
it could be on or off planet. It was incredibly interesting, and I had to stop it so because we were going live. But
Yeah.
so it came back into my consciousness, like to talk about the light body. So I thought, well, that could be something that we talk about.
Yeah.
If yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, how would you describe the light body?
Hmm. To me, the light body is what we all are. That's where we are, the light body, and the
Mm-hmm.
measure of light that you are holding is um connected to the amount of resistance that you hold. If the less, the more you can move through your resistance and let go of things, the greater the light body becomes. It's like it's your eternal flame of who you are. That's sort of how I see it, but I'm not sure, how other people term it, but that's sort of how I see it. When I see a person and their light body it's their energetic body is
Mm-hmm.
very say it's very low. I feel into that, and I feel like a very low vibratory energy. It's usually because they can be very ill, or um, they're very scared. When you have fear, it's going to draw everything in. Um, I've had that many times before. I'm like, you need to just relax. You don't have to be afraid,
Mm-hmm.
because people are scared of what they don't understand, and
Right.
that is totally it. But so, what does it say here? You explain it more.
It says, well, the light body is a structure of light from higher dimensions. That's like the first sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess I wouldn't have described it as that, but I mean, I'm not ruling it out.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I feel like um, it you are kind of like the the container for that.
Light body.
So
Yeah.
I really, I guess I wouldn't have described it as that,
Yeah.
but
That's how I see it. You are the container. The light body is,
you like you're
it,
anchoring that here
yeah.
in this plane, in this
In this
dimension.
plane, right? You come in
Oh,
as the light body. Yeah, and you incarnate, and
yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then your container, goes through different stages of evolving as it goes from a baby, an infant, all the way into adulthood, into a senior adult, and back into the light body. You're just sort of
Mhm.
making this cycle. And
Right.
who was I talking to the other day? I've talked to so many people.
Hmm.
We were talking about um, because I was doing a reading, and I said your son is actually uh, a family member that transitioned and came back as your son.
Mm.
And
That happens.
and they were like, "Oh man, totally. He looks just like I think it was a father. Looks like my father, acts like my father." And I never got to, but that's what people tell me because they knew my father, but I didn't know him,
Hmm.
but he looks just like him. I'm thinking, I said, and the divine, the channel came through for that and was very affirming of that this child is actually this person who came back, um, because they were not done with their cycle.
Hmm.
They seen some things needed to be finished, and so or you know that's what we're here for. So the evolving of the light body. So I think
Right.
that's very interesting.
Yeah. So it goes on to say, like the physical body, it is a vehicle for consciousness. As your physical body contains organs and other physical structures, your light body contains various structures of light. The
Okay.
chakras, the column. I
Mm-hmm.
think when they say the column,
Mm.
is that the Shishuma line that connects you to your or Hara line? I think those are actually two different things, but
Yes.
basically the same.
Yep.
That connects you to all your chakras, which are probably pretty infinite. Um, and the Merkaba are all structures of the light body. Between lives, you journey in the light body to various places and dimensions, and it is the central vehicle used to incarnate into any of the 9 dimensions. For incarnation into the third dimension, the light body needs an astral body, which has been described earlier. Not in this article. Huh. So,
Huh.
so the astral body incarnates into the physical dimension through its interaction with the etheric body. There's more to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. There's always more. It's more evolving. Because
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So I wonder. I wonder if those are in here. There's a light body. So,
Very very interesting.
huh. Yeah, I was just wondering if well, it says that they were described earlier, but I don't see it. So, I don't know. Are you looking it up?
No.
Oh. So you have to go. So, well, we don't have any takers. So I'm wondering if we should just take a break and come right back and see if people are interested.
Yeah. Yep. I just got 2 seconds. I need to step away
Yeah.
from, and then
All right. We'll do that.
I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back.
Me too.
Okay.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just remind anybody that's watching that you are open and ready to bring message.
Yep, exactly.
So questions, comments, anything that you want to know.
Yeah,
Maybe not anything, but
right. We'll just see what the spirit gives us. But
yeah.
I've been asking for a few minutes because I keep seeing a round table with a group of people around it, and I thought, is this connected to somebody? That's what I've been asking spirit, and I feel like this is a collective group that we can channel today if we want to for a little
Oh.
bit, just for the collective channeling about the current events and what's going on right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
so if you're interested, we could do that for a little bit. I feel like
Sure.
um, it's like a round table discussion. So I'm just gonna, so you can just feel free to ask questions or whatever that would
Okay.
come to your mind that are currently affecting humanity, maybe, or
Mm-hmm.
things. And I'll just channel into this collective group, and which I would call the round table discussion.
All
Because
right.
that's what it's a round table, and there is some light beings that are there, and that's what about 5 minutes ago I started feeling this coming together, and I thought it might be some for somebody, and the spirit's like, no, this is a collective um, group for you to connect with today, higher elevated beings and such. So I'm just gonna channel from this group for the moment until someone else wants to connect, or there is something else to connect that steps in. But right now, this is it. So, um, so I'll start by going around this table. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 6 different entities and energies present. 2 of them are white light beings. Um, there are some other blue beings. These are different energies from different places
Mm-hmm.
and collective energies um, of higher sources. Okay, so they would like to know what you would like to know. Would you like to know anything or have any questions? And this is for all humanity as the
Okay.
collective.
Um. Okay. So I guess we'll start out gentle. Hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if you have been kind of keeping an ear on the Britney Spears
Yes.
conservative conservatorship
Yeah. Yep. Not much,
thing.
but I know what you're talking about.
The judge did not overturn it,
Okay. Didn't know that. Um,
so it remains. I guess the same.
closed. Oh,
Um, Jamie Spears, I guess her sister, asked
yeah.
for it to be reevaluated, the conservatorship, and like having the dad have sole conservatorship. I guess there was somebody else that
Hmm.
was co before but is not now, or something like that.
Hmm.
Trying to think of what my question should be. Um,
Mm.
um, I mean, it's really hard to say like that she's. I think it was under the premise that she originally, like 13 years ago, that she had dementia at like 25.
Mm.
Is she really a danger to herself, I guess, or others?
Um, the collective is said it's saying it is very sad that we would hold our own prisoner
Yeah.
and unable to just experience the vastness of their own light force and light being.
Hmm.
Um, mm, um, the only endangerment she is to herself is only because of alterations that have happened to her mind body, and those are from enhancements from drugs, and um, because she's being forced
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
do some take some mind altering substances, so that and it's been told if she stops taking them it's going to create another dilemma. So
Hmm.
um, that is the only endangerment she has, she to herself, is with that. um, um, Again, very sad that humanity would hold itself hostage and hold others hostage. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Okay.
Very sad. But you, as a human collective, tend to do this to yourselves and others all the time.
Hmm.
We do not understand this at all. Um, we do not do this to each other in our collective group. As
Sure.
as as higher light beings, we do not do this to each other. Um, um, and then I'm hearing, and this is the product of living in a lower vibratory energy
Hmm.
and remaining there. This is the product from that. This is why we encourage you to come up into a higher elevation all the time.
Hmm.
Um, Sort of
Cool.
translucent. That's what I'm
So,
seeing, hearing. The word translucent.
it's a different word.
Yeah, that's the word. Spirit is that there. These energies are giving me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something unrelated but related
Mm-hmm.
in the, I don't know, the theme.
Yeah.
Um, the Delta variant. What's going on with that?
Mm. This is the product of what they're showing me is like something being taken from one place and exchanged to another. Um, like it's being drawn in and then exchanged over somewhere else. And I
Hmm.
don't know how to describe it. That's what I'm seeing. Um, like as if you would pull something in and then deposited in another location. That's what they're showing me. And I'm like, and um, that's what this exchange that is happening here. And this goes deeper than it looks. That's what
Could
I'm hearing. It's much deeper than.
because they're talking about people that get the
Mm-hmm.
the jab
Yeah.
are shedding the virus.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, that's funny. Ha! That is so funny. See, because I'm like, I don't know nothing. Nothing. So I never heard any of these terms, but that's what I seen. I seen a syringe pulling something in and then putting it over here. That's why I was doing these motions. And I was like, and that's what they were showing me. They're like, okay, so we're drawing it in here and then we're exchanging it over here. So and they said there's a great exchange going on more than they even know. That was the words. So that is amazing. That's wild. Because that's what they were showing me. Because I never heard that term before. That's why I'm like, okay, I don't know nothing. And then I'm like, what do you guys, what do you got to say here, collective? And that's what they showed me. So we are, um, mm, um, I'm hearing a lot of different things.
okay, I'm
About
just
about toxicity. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm hearing toxicity. That I'm hearing lower. There is even a lower vibratory energy than our third dimension. We
uh-huh.
think third dimension is really thick and heavy, and but there's a lower. That's what they're telling me. There's even a lower energy that is very toxic, and that is the creation of all this. That connects to all of this movement of drawing this toxicity in and moving it over and dispelling it here. It's like toxic waste that's just dumped and not even dumped in places. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's not disposed of properly. You know, when you dump toxic waste, you got to dispose of it properly, or
Uh-huh.
it's going to totally wipe out portions of humanity if it's released into Mother Earth, you know, and it's toxic to Mother Earth. I don't know where I'm going, but this is what I'm seeing
Okay.
and bringing in. But the same thing is when this level of toxicity is dumped into our Earth, it's going to bring about an exchange that is toxic.
Hmm.
That's not good for the Earth. It's not good for our Earth. Um, and that's what they're connecting to. Um, um, Again, there's this one energy much larger than the rest, and he said, "Again, I'm say to you, why would you want to destroy your own? What is it with you? With you, human people want to destroy your own." I'm like, I don't know. Don't ask me. He's like shaking his head. I don't understand you people, but it's a. He's like a he's like a much larger blue being.
Okay.
So very interesting. Oh,
Okay.
oh
Okay.
wow, scared me. Okay, sorry.
So I so they said something about
Yes, much
um
lower
lower
vibration,
like okay. So
lower than third
so
dimension.
my head went to the underground spaces.
Mm.
Is that what they're referring to?
Um, mm, um, I don't understand this totally, but they said that there's a lot of trafficking going on in the underground.
Yeah.
Don't understand that totally. I never thought of it actually in my own consciousness. Trafficking going on underground, and they show me a lot of stuff uh, moving underground that we have no idea how the massive amounts of underground trafficking. And this is not just people. This
No.
is um, substances, huge amounts of substances, toxic substances moving underground,
Mm-hmm.
and there are um, um, there are um, they say there are three um, huge people that are in charge of all this with huge power, very powerful
Mm-hmm.
people that are in charge of all this, and that they are. Hold on, I gotta mute my phone. There, turn it off. Um, yeah. Uh, so, question is this part of the lower vibratory energy? Definitely, definitely, and this is like a sludge that just is. If you could see the energy of it, it's like a sludge running underneath everything. Um, Lower vibratory sludge of humanity and more. There is a lot of entities that are here too, that are present, that are very low vibratory entities in this space. Um, uh,
On the transient underground.
yes, yep,
Yeah. I can share a screen with you.
very nasty. That's what I'm getting.
Um,
I'm
and it's
getting an
just,
icky feeling.
I bet you.
Yeah.
So here is, I'll bring this up. If you can see that.
Yes,
Yep.
I see it.
It is the
What is it? What is it?
Caribbean International Highway. That's squeaky. You see where it goes, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do see where it goes. Yeah.
And that's
Wow.
just one little segment of the world.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Hmm.
Can I zoom in on this? How do we get
Wow.
But do you remember that that place where that financier was doing terrible things?
Oh, yes, yes.
Where is it on here?
It's around there.
Yeah. Yep. Trying to find it. It is on here,
Oh, wow.
but it's not very far away from where the freeway ends.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was Little St. James, so if you can find it on here, there's lots of saints over here. But yeah, very close.
Yeah. Yeah, there is lot of dark a lot of darkness. That's why it's so important we have we have to stay in a higher vibratory energy. We've got to really um, take in and grow our light body. Yeah, just like, you know what I mean? Intensity, disperse self darkness, get bigger with light energy so that we can hold more light, move our stuff out of the way so we can hold more light.
Well, it's the same picture, but it was gonna be a different picture because it shows
Mm,
that it goes to South America on the thumbnail here. I think that's what I'm seeing.
okay.
Or maybe
Yeah.
that's, I don't know. But
Wow.
yeah, how's that
Okay.
for
Well, that
interesting?
makes sense. Makes sense. I don't know anything about all this stuff that they're talking about, but myself in my own consciousness, I don't know anything, but that is really interesting. Very interesting. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very.
Yeah. So,
There's a lot though. There's a
yeah.
lot of tunnels.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Um, and they're saying there is an agenda. There is an agenda of a lower vibratory dark agenda with a group of lower down here in this lower space. There is an agenda that they have of elimination and um, uh, um, of keeping human people separated,
Mm-hmm.
separating the masses. They don't want the masses to connect or come together, and masses of people. They would like to keep them separated and isolated. There's isolation. This is what they're telling me: separation and isolation, and um, um, and I'm like, what? He said starvation, and I said, what do you mean starvation? Like people are starving? And he said, no, they're starving for information and truth. That's what they're starving for, the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And they cannot get the truth because there is this lower vibratory, um, 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 what's the word fascist mean? I'm not sure.
Like communist.
Fascist, that's what he's saying. There's sort of like a lower vibratory fascist movement that is controlling the truth. And so they are not that, so it's keeping, they want to keep this separation and isolation. And as long as they can do that, then there is a probability of massive toxicity and 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 crippling of people by robbing them of their light body.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Like
we,
and become magnets.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you've seen that.
I didn't see that either.
Um,
Um,
yeah. People that have gotten poked,
yeah, the thing, yeah.
like some magnets stick to like the spot.
Oh, really? That place. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it has like a huge amount of some kind of magnetic um uh,
Nanoparticles.
deposit in it that's coming into the body. Um,
Well, the truth is out there. I should just mention that, and if everybody's not
Truth is
listening,
out there. I love that song.
oh, is it a song?
There's a
Um,
song. Truth is out there. Yeah.
I'm using a different search engine than Google. I'm using
Okay.
DuckDuckGo. Gives
Okay.
you it's less censored.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it still is to some degree, but Agenda 2021 has
Mm,
existed for many years. It's a comprehensive plan of action to be taken globally, nationally, and locally by organizations of the United Nations system. Excuse me.
mm.
And we can download it. Hang on. We can see what it actually says. So these documents are out there for people to find.
Really?
It's about reducing populations. I mean, it's right there. You just have to read it. You just got to
Okay.
look. You don't have to wait for the talking head on the news to tell you. It's there.
Exactly. Look for it. Yep.
Or blow off somebody that says, "Oh, but have you read Agenda 2021?" Don't blow it off. Look it up. You know,
Yes.
it's not made up. It's not
Mm-hmm.
pretend. It's not a conspiracy. It exists,
Mm-hmm.
and it has since 1992. But
Wow.
so there's not just. Sorry, I'm getting on my little soapbox here.
That's all right.
Um, there's also um, Agenda 2030.
Oh, really? What's
Mm-hmm.
that one?
Um, the Sustainable Development Goals or Global Goals are the collection of 17 interlinked global goals designed to be a blueprint to achieve better, more sustainable future for all, which means a reduction in population.
Yep, exactly. That's what they're saying.
So it's available.
Right, exactly. And that, yeah, it's not, and that this kind of conversation is not going to make you popular with the masses.
Well,
Really.
and
Uh,
that's fine. It doesn't necessarily matter. Um, for
and that's why I
me,
don't care. I don't care. I'm not
I
popular
mean,
with the masses anyway, but
yeah, I mean, because we got to be depopulated somehow, apparently,
yeah,
according to the United Nations. So if you're signing up, thank you. I salute you.
yeah, exactly.
Go after it, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's and my ears are ringing so loud.
yeah,
It's like hard to do anything, but totally, it's totally so true. But it's like it's not going to be the popular view. The popular view is to um, just jump on the ship and ride with everybody else. Let's just get on
yeah,
the boat and everybody go. This is what we're supposed to do, um, and I do believe the scriptures called it like sheep led to the slaughter. We just follow what we're told. We don't
hmm
don't buck the system, but
hmm
I've never been one to not buck the system, so uh, I don't go with everybody's flow. I usually go with the flow of my own um, uh, divine led consciousness and what I feel I'm being guided, which is that's it, um, and that's
So
good.
there's all these articles numbered here. Now, a lot of them are great, like providing inclusive and equitable quality education at all levels. That's
Mm,
fantastic.
yeah,
Thumbs up.
right.
But it's the other ones that are weaved in there that are not okay. And so you can't just skip over it
Yeah,
and say,
yeah,
oh no, it's fine. Okay, well, what about, article whatever number,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So this is Agenda 2030.
2030. Okay.
When they say, sustainable, that's kind of a code word for some other things sometimes, depending on how it's used.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, these are available. They're out there. People can look them
Hmm.
up.
I mean, what if we were told, okay, we're going to get rid of all production of animal because all the gases it puts off. And now we're going to make your food out of this, ta-da, whatever. And we know nothing, but it's sustainable and digestible,
Hmm
So we just, what do we even ask what it is, before we
I
start
would be.
eating, or we start eating it? Yeah. You want to know what you're putting into your body.
Hmm
Um, I'd probably just start eating grass at that point. That ain't even good, but our boiling tree bark, I don't know.
I know. Well, I mean, we're growing our own food, but obviously there's not enough that we can grow to.
Right. To sustain, but see, that's the position that we have came in, we've come into it. Think about people that live like in heavy populated cities that don't have there is no room for a garden for them to be self-sustaining. There's no way. So they have to rely on, the farmers and those people bringing in good products and that they're good and they're good for their body so that the
Hmm
physical body doesn't wane. I mean, that it's a very important thing to take care of your physical body in every way possible.
hmm
uh, but you are what you eat, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever you're feasting on, you are becoming. So
hmm Yep.
either way. So it's interesting, very interesting.
Well, this went in a strange direction.
You did very different, but you never know when you come in with just intention to be open to the spirit,
Uh huh.
what direction we're going to go. So I think I'm very honored that this collective has joined us today,
hmm
and
Well,
we've been able
is
to
there anything that they can insights, wisdom that they want to pass along before we close this out?
um um they are just, I said that, they said they are very honored that they were able to be with us today and
Okay, awesome.
uh, to connect with us on a different plane, and
Mhm.
that and they encourage all life to expand, be expansive, learn and grow and evolve, and and always hunger for more truth.
Mhm.
Don't believe everything that other human people tell you. Um, and he said humans are they are fantastic at wearing masks. They can alter their personality and their features to get you to um, submit to their ideas. They're really good at that. So so be sure to look for those people that are not masked, and connect with those people. And
Can I ask one more question?
sure,
Um, will we see full disclosure about the extraterrestrial influence on our planet?
yes, but
I'm
not,
sorry if that's not
but
the PC
yes, but
term.
not soon.
Yes, but not
The human most beings are not ready, and they would become violent because of
soon.
fear. So we are waiting, they are waiting for more connection and till there is more of a mass population that is ready. I don't know why I'm choking, um, but there is a more of a
Because you're
mass
holding it
population,
in.
that is ready to be open and sit down as we are today,
Mhm.
to being together, and and I and others can reveal ourselves in our total being, not just in our consciousness, but in our total being. um,
Mhm.
if I was to sit down with most as I look today, 8 foot tall and blue, most would not want to be with me, even with my intelligence and what I could share with them. They would
Well,
not want, they would have so much anxiety, they would not want to sit with me.
so
So,
people aren't ready to hear that they're already here,
exactly,
and they've been here.
exactly. And he said, there is going to be a huge shift in exactly 5 years, which would be what? This is 2021, 2,
26.
3, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, 2026. There's going to be a huge alien humanoid shift that's going to happen. 2026. Um, you're going to see increased connection and increased sighting and connection and people conversing and connecting, and many masses will start understanding and believing what's happening. But right now, there's not enough of a shift for us to make ourselves that vulnerable,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think we would probably be more in danger of ourselves than we would be in danger of hurting them or them hurting us. And I don't.
yes,
I mean, I think those influences are likely um, very like not every person's a good person, and then not every person's a bad person. Like there's
exactly.
um yeah, I think there is probably just a range, just like it's kind of like the law of nature,
Yeah.
like, kind of.
He's talking about a huge population decrease in the next 3 years.
I bet.
Yeah, that there will be a huge, massive population decrease.
Agenda
Um,
2021, baby.
yeah. And then that's why then those people that are left are going to be the ones that will be very open to connection. I just
Hmm.
got a total rush on my whole body.
Hmm.
Absolutely. That for me means my hair on my whole body is like, and everything, senses are just like, woohoo, very
Mm-hmm.
much there. Just to tell others that would watch this and think, what's she talking about? That's what it means for me when I say I got to rush. Um, but yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's why 20, did I say 2026? Is that what he said?
Yeah, 5
Yes.
years.
Yep. Yep. That's what he said. Yeah. He's shaking his head. Yes. 2026. Yep. Yep. Okay. Very good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
It will
That's
be
for
interesting to watch things take place over the next few years and the agenda that is at play. Yeah, very interesting. Thank you so much to this collective group. I just want
sure.
to thank you and honor you for being with us. Thank you for coming and for this beautiful session. I thank you, um, and they thank you also, and for all this great expansion and evolving together today. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was beautiful. And thank you to all our viewers.
Yeah,
Amazing.
we've had quite a few, just none, just kind of keeping the eye on the
Nobody
numbers.
to ask anything. They just want to watch. Yeah. So that's okay.
Yeah, my dad was watching. I don't know if he still is now, but but
That's
they're
good. Yeah, they're sort of
maybe
floating in and
just not
out. That's
so
cool.
inclined to ask a question, or
Yeah. Well, you know what? We just go with the flow and
we
whatever
do.
spirit guides, it's okay. I know that
Flow with the
everything
go.
is purposed. And that's why, like, about 10 minutes, I think it was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes into our whole thing, if you watch it back, you'll see me sort of go, because that's when the collective group showed up. And I'm like, what are you guys doing here? What do you all want? And I just kept thinking round table, round table. I kept hearing it. It's a round table. It's a group. They were here to answer questions.
So, I take it the big blue guy were the blue healers.
Yes.
The,
Yep.
that's a species of Palladian, I believe, right?
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Joe Dispenza talks about them.
The one guy is really huge. He's like 8 foot tall.
Hmm.
The other blue guy isn't as big as this guy. I don't know why he's so huge. I'm like, he must eat his Cheerios. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Is that where we get the blue Buddha?
maybe so. I don't
They're the
know.
healers.
Yeah,
The blue Buddha is the
the
medicine
blues.
Buddha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are they gone? Ask them.
Yes, they're gone.
Oh,
That's why they bowed and they left.
all
They
right.
went- they went like
I
this,
think that's my theory.
and they bowed and they all yeah, cleared out. So I'm all alone now.
Hmm.
So that's good.
Oh,
Very good.
well, you just have a party all by yourself. Well,
I'm already by myself with.
you're not by yourself, but
I'm never by myself, but with the five energies,
what's
mm,
cool?
two white, two blue, and one that seemed very elf-like or human, but
Oh,
more elf-like, I think, or some kind of a being.
I know. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, something
maybe I
different.
have to look at my alien almanac.
Yeah,
Encyclopedia
yeah, aliens.
of species. I
I've
actually
well,
have one.
I know who you blue people are. I've seen you before, and the white people. I've seen the white, glowing, like
Mm-hmm.
Palladian people before. The
Mm-hmm.
little elf person, I'm not sure about. I think that's just the little elf person. I don't know who that person.
Well, person.
Yeah, more smaller and elfin like, and didn't say very much,
Hmm.
but nodded a lot. Especially when it came to the underground thing, the little elf person was like, "Yes, yes, it's very
Yeah.
bad. It's very
Yeah.
bad."
People aren't aware.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either until today. We really,
Really?
yeah, I never heard of none of this, none of these agendas, nothing. That's why nothing. I knew nothing. I
Oh.
never knew the other thing you talked about with the Pope. Never knew nothing about that either. So that was absolutely. I'm telling you, that was absolutely divine. What was coming back when you were asking questions because I knew nothing.
Hmm.
That's what the stuff they were telling me. So it's all real deal,
Oh,
people.
I am like
Real
holding
deal,
back
people.
on things, and I'm sure I don't really know diddly squat, but I'm
Yeah,
holding back on the things that I could be saying.
right. That's why
You
I'm
know.
like when we talk about things and I don't know nothing about it and I'm channeling into something, it's totally real deal. I don't know what they know, and so they're just responding from the other side with that. So it's really cool and very validating.
Yes.
So good.
But I can
Beautiful.
share lots of stuff with you, with everybody. But
Yeah. Well, when it's time, right?
yeah, I think just planting the seed of, hey, this is where you go look that
Yes,
people
that's
watch.
good. I think that
Because
was
you
the,
have to allow, like I was allowed that space to become aware of these things,
hmm
and so so should everyone else, and it's just a little bit more authentic that way, I think.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to title this, I put it sort of like collective roundtable discussion.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Channeled collective roundtable discussion. I don't know. Whatever.
intergalactic.
Yeah. Galactic discussion. Channeling the galactics. That's what it is today. So that's what it was. They're gone now. But anyway, it's good. It was a good time.
They're
I love it.
probably hanging out with my dad now.
Yeah. That's probably where they went. Yes. The blue ones for sure.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
That's good.
The blue ones for sure. Is that what you said? Yeah, probably.
Yep. Yep.
All
That's good.
right.
It's good.
I know
Well,
you have
you
a
have a good
client
day.
coming, so
Okay. Yep. I gotta get
love
ready.
you. Thank you so much. I'll talk
Okay.
to you soon.
Thank you. Namaste. Bye, guys. Love
Oh
y'all.
wait, I didn't get my thing up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really slacking here.
That's all right. It's been a that type of day. That's right. Love you. Talk to you
Love you
later.
too.
Bye.
Bye.